Are you ready for Red Sonja? The latest big comic book movie to hit the theaters. So, as far as I know, this character was introduced in Marvel Comics, Conan the Barbarian, issue 23. I don't know if she appeared in any novels or anything before that, but I remember seeing that comic, not when it came out, but later in life. I didn't even exist in 1973. But I know that issue. For a minute, it was a pretty popular comic to pick up because of the fact that this movie was coming. You know, what drives modern comics, the speculation market. And that's when I had really first heard of this character. I do want to watch the old movie with Arnold in it, actually. I hear that movie's pretty good. And maybe this movie's good. I haven't seen it. All I have are the critic reviews that we're going to talk about, which aren't good. 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences are a little bit better to it. 72% audience score over on Rotten Tomatoes. But the theatrical release of this movie is a mess. It's a mess. So apparently, it's going to come out August 29th. On digital. So you can buy it on Amazon or any place where you can purchase movies through video on demand. You will be able to pick it up. So you'll probably be able to buy it on YouTube, Amazon. Amazon is usually where I go because I already have Amazon Prime. So it's just easier to do things that way for me. So wherever you can buy videos on demand, Apple will be a spot. You can pick it up. But for some reason, they released it in theaters for 1 day. I don't understand why you would just do a 1 day brief theatrical run. But what's the point? Regardless, though, it does not sound like a very good movie. Cosmic Book News gives it a 5 out of 10. And then we also have some stuff with the director. So the director has done some good things. Solomon Kane is a decent movie, actually. I've noticed that the name was Michael Bassett. Well, at some point, looks like around 2018, when they directed Iron Fist, well, one episode of it, the director went from Michael to MJ and is now living life as a woman. And because of that, this director will not be doing interviews. In fact, for some reason, the director thinks that Trump is going to arrest him if he comes here. So Disparu posted this. This is from an interview with Collider, or an article from Collider, because MJ would have done an interview, but was afraid that Trump was going to arrest them because of the fact that they're trans, which you are allowed to be, especially as an adult. But MJ thinks ICE is going to come after him because of this. So MJ brought a lot of that into it, made it, I suppose, relevant in that sense in the modern day. It's a shame she can't be here. It really is. Wish she was here. She's a trans person, for those of you who don't know, who felt compelled and was advised by her legal team recently to sell her house remotely from outside the country. Because if she attempted to come back over the border with a green card, being a trans person, she was at great risk of being basically deported off to an ungodly prison somewhere. Because that's the state of things at the moment. She would have been here had she not been in fear of being deported or imprisoned for being a bit different.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Yeah, if you have a green card, you're not going to be sent anywhere. Unless you planned on standing outside of a Home Depot looking for work, I think you would have probably been okay to go through customs and immigration and just coming here and then going home. But have you not heard of Zoom? Have you not heard of the internet? You can FaceTime. So it sounds like MJ's just not doing interviews for the movie. Apparently there's a villain who describes himself as a tech bro who hates trees, and the movie has an environmental message. The movie also addresses sexism. The movie also has a comic accurate look, at least. I don't know a lot about Red Sonja. Okay? I'll be the first to admit it. I don't know a lot about Red Sonja. I just have been following the shit show that has been this movie's release a little bit, particularly when they were talking about the sexism involved with the character and how they wanted to get rid of the male gaze, which I guess it tries to do by having Sonja downplay and criticize her iconic bikini armor because it implies objectification and sex. So that has to go, of course, but it still embraces it. So critics have been knocking it down. And I guess some of the reasons that this score is so low is because of the male gaze and sexism. So they critique the bikini armor. They try to subvert the male gaze in it. It's apparently still problematic. Despite the efforts to address sexism, some critics argue that the film still falls into the trap of gratuitous violence and objectification, particularly with the continued use of revealing armor, despite her commentary. So, mixed reaction among fans, apparently. Some appreciate the attempt to update the character. Yeah, that's not the fan. Like, no one wanted the character updated. Maybe people that don't know the character, but usually fans want the character to be how they were in the comics. And some feel it strays too far from the original. Impact of the male gaze. The male gaze in media refer. Oh, we already know that shit. So apparently, it's also more about empowering females than pleasing males, says movie star. See, this is the kind of shit that turns people off to the movie. It really is. But it looks like it's just going to come and go. No one really seems excited about it. Looks like Disparu is going to roast it. Just what a shit show. I was more so wondering what the hell was going on with the movie's release. And I fell down this little rabbit hole and thought it would make a pretty funny video because it's basically just been dumped, which is never a good sign for a movie to just get dumped. But, like I said, it does appear that some audiences do like it. The fact that it's sitting at 72%, only on 50 ratings, though, is something positive. But critics, they're not a fan of seeing stomach, lower back. That's got to go. Remember, women need to be fully covered for them to be sexy and empowered. They cannot show any skin anymore. That is actually appealing to men, so it needs to be called the male gaze. Can't have any of that shit anymore. It's got to go. So they're actually hitting it in its score because of that, which I always find kind of funny. So we'll see. Did you see this movie? Let me know in the comments if you actually watched this. I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.